Hey, this is Lori from Time for Wellness, and I just want to share with you what I did as a protocol for when I injured myself just this past Friday night. So, you know how you walking down the street in the city on the city sidewalks and you don't think you're going to fall at all because it's a flat surface, right? The city takes really good care of it and all of that. Well, I fell flat on my face. Long story short, I ended up with a wrist that, yeah, definitely did something to it. I tweaked it. It's still, not totally 100% movable, but it's so much better than it was because I had to have it in a brace for the first couple of days. And that was a lifesaver because it made me not use it. I couldn't unscrew anything. Um, this finger had the most damage, I think, of all. Like I feel like a little kid. I got my elbow, I got my knees, and I've got my wrist, and then my finger. I was holding my phone, so my phone is fine, but my hand did a great job of protecting it. So I was holding my phone, following the directions on where we were going, and yeah, the phone was fine. My hand kind of got crushed. So this finger here is actually the one that I think is in the most traumatic state still. So and I didn't really do anything. So the night we went to a concert, and that night we got back, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I mean, I did this on the way to the concert. So, you just got to suck it up and get through the best you can. And then you get home and then you just want to crash. So, and it was too late to do anything. I was too tired. But what we did do was spray my finger with 2.5. So this is one of the reasons why I love my Kangen water machine. So 2.5 kills 99.9% bacteria. I'm on a city street. God only knows what's on that sidewalk, right? That crushed into my finger. I mean, the skin was just taken right off. This was what was bleeding. So when something's bleeding, it's cleaning. The bleeding is cleaning. That's good, but you don't want it to bleed too much, right? So, I had wrapped it up and everything was under control. But so I sprayed it that night. All I had was the energy was to spray my finger and put a brace on my wrist. Then I was out. So then, life happens, right? And we're like, oh yeah, I can get right through it, whatever. It's only a couple of bruises, and then it hits you a couple days later, like, oh my gosh, I need to just curl up and rest. But anyways, it you know, I did. Oh, the other thing is after we sprayed it, it was stinging like crazy, which, it's working, it's stinging. And so then I took out my rescue balm. Luckily, I was at my boyfriend's house and he had my rescue balm for an injury that he had. So we took it out and put it on my finger, and it was so soothing. I was like, oh my gosh, I am so grateful that you had this, because I won't use any of those pharmaceutical products. I don't like those chemical stuff on my body. I like nature. So nature works better in my experience. So that was wonderful, wonderful. So then that's what we did. Anyways, I would like to tell you, so a couple of days later, today is Wednesday. So Tuesday, that's quite a few days later, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I finally decide that I'm going to soak this finger. It was doing okay, but it was still pretty painful. So I'm like, okay, I have my wonderful water. Why aren't I using it? And just get out of my own way and do it, right? So I filled up this little cup, perfect for my finger, put some chamomile flowers in. I don't know if you can see it. See little chamomile flowers floating. I don't want to spill any. Right here. Chamomile. Wonderful calming. One of the ingredients in my rescue cream. And so this is the strong alkaline water, which is an anti-inflammatory, and it opens up the pores and pulls and draws stuff out. Now, my rescue cream has plantain in it, it has chamomile in it, but plantain is great as for pulling things out too. So I knew I was safe from any infection or anything. It just was taking a little bit longer to heal than what I'm used to because I like things quick, instant, boom. So what I did, finally got out of my own way, took some time for me, and filled up this little dish perfect for my finger. And I soaked it for about 20 minutes. The anti-inflammatory properties of the water just made, oh, it's just, I mean, even just doing that makes my finger just like, ah, it's like that, feeling of, oh, that feels, it's so soothing, so soothing. And it looks so much better than it did. I mean, it was all really scarred from the sidewalk, and now it's, I can see it's just healing. I mean, it's still red and swollen a little bit, but it's coming more and more to the surface where it wasn't that red and swollen before. And so it's it's helping, it's naturally helping with working in harmony with my body to naturally pull things out that it does, that's not helpful, and just, healing all the cells. And they're just going to work like a top, like they're working like crazy on that finger. Our bodies are amazing. Like if you really stop and look and see and just watch things heal up and just magic, it's like our bodies are really quite amazing. Anyways, that's my little story about my hitting the sidewalk. I didn't hit my face, yay. And the way I use my water is what my routine was to, take care of it right away. I always carry the strong water, the strong acid, and the strong alkaline bottles with me, but we were going into a concert. You have to go through security. I didn't want to dump out my little waters, so I left them in the car. It's those few times that we don't have what we need, but I was fine. Everything worked well. My body is super strong from everything I've been doing, which is super simple. I just drink this wonderful water that my body really loves, and I use natural products. And I eat fairly good. I mean, I'm not perfect, that's for sure. But and then I do my emotional and work of just like, it's not even work, just dissolving all that stress away. So then I keep myself in a really good space. I encourage you to thrive like so many are doing with using all of these wonderful, natural, really super instant remedies at our fingertips. And I wish you the best.